Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been so long since I posted the last one and I'm really sorry, but I'm trying to upload as much as I can, especially posting on Instagram, but well, creating content for YouTube is very difficult for me because I don't have that much time. But well, first of all, I hope that you and your families are well with everything that's going on right now. And this video is going to be about shading, my shading process, my shading technique. This is the reference picture I chose, and this video is going to be in black and white because I think it's much easier to explain it this way. Now in a moment I will explain why. And I also wanted to thank this person for helping me with the video because I had some lighting problems and she voluntarily helped me, so thank you so much. Well, I'm going to speed up the first sketch because I think it is quite boring and it's not necessary for this video. So I think that the interesting part begins here when I start placing some shadows. In this video I'm going to explain the steps I follow when I shade. I classify them into 3 different types of shadow: dark, medium, and light. That's it, it's so simple. Obviously they're not just 3 flat shades, they are different tones of gray to graded. And I work from darker to lighter shades, although it can also be done the other way. For me, I think it is much easier to degrade from dark to light, because when you have established the maximum black level, it is much easier to control and to see the other lighter tones. From what I know, the maximum black is always in the hair. Obviously, speaking of dark hair. When I speak of hair, I am also referring to eyelashes and eyebrows. I haven't started with the hair because it is the part that I like the least about drawing portraits. The truth is that I actually hate it, but it can be a good way of starting. I usually do the eyes first because it is what I like the most, so I start by drawing the darkest parts, such as the eyelashes and the pupils. So, the first shadows that I have put on are the most pronounced. I think in this photograph it's really easy to see the illuminated area and the shaded one. The strong light on the right side creates a shadow that is reflected on the left side of the face, so the base tone is basically the reflected shadow. For me, that would be the second level of shade, the orange one. Above this one are other shadows that are created from the reflection of some parts, such as the nose, which are more intense because they already have a shadow underneath. So those are the ones that I have started to place, which in this case you can see them as the dark circles, the forehead, the jaw, the chin, and the neck. Continue with the eyes and eyebrows. It is important to know that shadows are not just a tone of gray, it's a grayscale. That's what gives life to a portrait, and it gives realism And it is also a way of drawing the shapes of the face, such as the cheekbones, only from shadows. The way I work is basically a first sketch and then 2 layers of shadow. In the first layer, I already begin to place all the shadows, and in the second one, I intensify some areas to create more contrast. Now I am on the first layer, as you can see, and I'm placing the darkest shadows and degrading them. For me, the white of the paper is also very important because I don't create light with the eraser. I basically let the white of the paper be the light spots. So I like to keep that white because if I start shading everything, it's going to look really dark and it can end up being totally different from the original picture. I really like to choose reference pictures that have a lot of light and shadow contrast that allow me to play with intensities. And I find this the most fun part about drawing, my favorite thing without a doubt. The reason why I've turned everything to black and white is, apart from having some lighting problems, because I think it's much easier to see and understand. When I was a little girl and I started drawing, I used to convert the pictures to black and white because one day I realized I could see the different shades of gray perfectly without having color confusing me. Sometimes when you see a less saturated color, you think that for this reason the tone is going to be darker, but the tone and the level are two different things. I think that to have control over the shadows, you must know how to do it in black and white first, and once you know how to do it that way, you go with the color. It isn't about spending your whole life drawing in black and white. Once you control it, you have to do it in color, and it will be much easier this way. Basically, in the lightest side, you have to shade just enough. That's why I like to do these 3 levels. I think that on the left side, the base level is the second and the shadows are the first. But on the right side, the base is the white of the paper and the shadows are made with the third level, which is the lightest of all the shadows that we have put. To balance the drawing, I am simply given small touches so that you can understand the volumes of the face, such as the cheekbone or the jaw. This way we create depth and dimension. They are very light shadows and you have to be careful where you put them because I think you have to use just the right ones, at least in this drawing style. If you're looking for a totally realistic technique, this isn't the right video. This can also be a lot easier to understand if you know something about face anatomy, because you know that the shapes that go inwards produce heavier shadows and those that go outwards not so much. And well, this is all for today's video. I hope it helped you in some way. I don't know if I've explained myself well, I hope so. I've tried to do my best. If you have any questions, please tell me in the comments. I will try to answer the best I can. As I always say, I am not a professional at all, and I only speak under my experience and the few things I know. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you want to see the final result, you can also go to my Instagram, where I posted it some weeks ago, because I've had this video recorded for so long, but I couldn't find the right moment to edit and record the audio. And if you have a request, you can also comment about it. And well, if you want to see more videos like this one, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for the support, and I'll see you in the next.